Greetings! This is a follow-up video from the one I did in December 2018 about Verizon's new unlimited prepaid hotspot for 65 bucks. That video received 100,000 views and almost 700 comments. Many comments were loaded with misinformation. Some believe the hotspot data was either capped or limited to a certain amount or is hard throttled in some way. There are even YouTubers out there who are saying that after a certain amount of data that Verizon will actually disconnect your service or disconnect your hotspot from the network, and then you have to reboot it to get back on. Well, I've had the unlimited hotspot plan on this Netgear AC971L for 4 months as of today. I've been doing some real-world testing as I travel around Arizona for the winter. I figured it was time that I make a new video and share some of this information with you so that you can make your own informed decision whether or not you want to get this plan with one of the hotspots I recommend. So I spent my winter traveling from Prescott, Arizona through Quartzsite to Parker, up through Lake Havasu, over to Cottonwood and Camp Verde, and now back in Prescott. I'm going to let you know how the servers perform in different parts of the state, how this refurbished Netgear hotspot held up over the last few months, and what happened when I used over 100 gigabytes of data in one billing period. So let's get started.
HOBOTECH.
First, many seem to confuse network management with throttling. Let's explain the difference and get this out of the way now. Throttling is when a service provider caps your speed limit after a certain amount of use. For example, Verizon's regular unlimited cell phone plan, which is what most people have, throttles your hotspot after 10 or 15 gigabytes, depending on whatever the plan is. They hard throttle you to either 3G or even 2G speeds for the rest of your billing period. Now, that's the big difference. Once you get throttled, that is for the rest of your billing period until it cycles again the next month. Whereas network management acts more like a queue system. If the Verizon cell phone tower you're connected to experiences high traffic during certain times of the day, then your speed may slow down. It's not guaranteed you're going to be slowed down. It may slow down depending on where you are in the queue. In the case of the prepaid unlimited hotspot plan, you are always network managed. That means you're always at the bottom of the queue. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're ever going to be slowed down. In fact, 9 times out of 10, I see full speeds, either in the city or in rural areas. Now, this is also why you're paying $65 for an unlimited hotspot data compared to $90 for the regular postpaid plan that most people have on their cell phones, which gets hard throttled after 10 or 15 gigabytes. That's a big difference in monthly payment, and you're getting full speed unlimited all the time on this hotspot plan compared to what you would if you tried to tether or use the hotspot on your cell phone plan. Big difference. You're also paying a lot more for that cell phone plan because that includes minutes and text messages, where this plan does not have any minutes or text at all. Now, that doesn't mean you can't use this to make phone calls and do text messages. We'll talk about that later. So how has this service performed over the last 4 months? I think it's great. I give it a 4 out of 5 stars. While this plan is always subject to network management, I've rarely encountered speeds that were unusable. Yes, I have been slowed down in some places, but my last video in December was the extreme case where it was pretty much unusable during the day, and that was only in Chino Valley. There have been exceptions. When I've been around large groups of people, generally I'm out here full-time living off the grid with other people in RVs and vans. And when I go to large events like the Rubber Champ Rendezvous in Quartzsite, which happens every January, there's like 5,000 people there all in one place, most of them using Verizon. Yeah, I really got slammed when I was at the RTR. My data speeds on Verizon were really low, so I had to use my AT&T. That's why I carry 2 different plans. I was also squashed pretty hard when I went to Parker, Arizona to watch the races. Again, we're talking hundreds and hundreds of RVs, probably in the thousands, definitely thousands of people, and most of them, again, are going to be on Verizon because Verizon has the best coverage out in the middle of nowhere. So most people are going to be on their Verizon. I got squashed pretty hard out there. Again, I switched over to my AT&T and I was able to post videos on my YouTube channel and business went on as usual. Now, there's also something you have to know. Other people that I knew that have the regular cell phone Verizon plans were getting squashed too. Many of them couldn't upload videos because I hang out with other YouTubers. Many of them couldn't upload videos. Many of them couldn't watch Netflix or do anything else on their Verizon. They just come outside, throw their hands up in the air, and they're like, hey, my internet's not working. What am I going to do? You know, and these are the people that, you know, all they have are their Verizon cell phones to tether off of. So what about slowdowns after using a certain amount of data, or hard caps on data use, or what about getting disconnected after 80 gigs or 100 gigs or however many gigs? Here's some of the comments I got where people really believe that they are getting throttled on this plan. I have the same plan, been using it with DirecTV. There is throttling that you can overlook because it only lasts a few moments. I hate the unlimited half-truth that these companies spew. 22 gigs reads and they throttle your service, and ain't no one gonna believe you with that stupid NASA shirt on. So hey, I wore my stupid Rick and Morty shirt. Maybe that will be a little more serious. Why not just buy a Verizon phone and run a hotspot? They're gonna throttle you anyway. This plan doesn't work. I've been in all kinds of places and buyer beware, lost money. I went from 4 bars to 1 bar, blah, blah, blah. Unlimited, but so slow after being throttled after 10 gigs is unusable. Can you post a link that outlines this plan? Everything I see is still 600 kbps throttle. No, sir, I get priority until 80 gigs. And so they're basically saying after that they getting slammed, no more service. I heard Verizon throttles you after 15 gigs. Have you used 100 gigs in 30 days on this plan? If you haven't, you'll find there's a cap, and that plan is not truly unlimited. Data cap. It's not unlimited, LOL. Speeds slow down after a certain amount so much that it becomes useless. Verizon does this dumb thing with all unlimited plans. They will throttle down the 3G after 32 or 64 gigs. You see the inconsistency. People have no idea. Is it 10? Is it 15? This guy says 32, 64. This isn't new. It's been around for 5 years. No, this plan just came out right before the holidays. It's not worth it. There's still a cap when you reach 50 gigs of data. Then they slow your data speed down. This is nothing new. 4G with caps have been around for a while. I have the same plan. After 15 gigs, you get hard throttled. But you can bypass it with a tether, which uses your mobile data. The $70 unlimited prepaid plan is throttled after 10 gigs. Verizon's a scam. See, this is what people really believe. They believe that there is a hard cap after some arbitrary amount of gigabytes of data. So I did speed tests to see if this was true. I used over 100 gigabytes for a month. It was like 120 or more. And we're going to see what happened. Okay, let me show you guys. This is from my router. It keeps track of everything that goes through my Verizon hotspot. My testing was done in my billing period for March 2019, which goes from the 7th of March to the 7th of April. You can see in the month of March, I used a total of 176 gigabytes on my Verizon plan. And so far, in the first 11 days of April, I've already used 43 gigabytes of data. So here we are looking at my daily usage. Now this only goes back to the 11th of March because it only shows the last 30 days. But look, I did 16, 24, 31, 17, 15, 13, 12. You can add up just these large numbers and it exceeds 130 gigabytes easily. It's well over 140 in my last billing period. Goes to show you that I was able to use more than 100 gigs of data easily. Now, you're going to ask me next, what about speeds? Did I get throttled after I downloaded 80, 100, 120, 140 gigs? Let's show you the speed tests. Okay, here are some speed tests from the beginning of my billing period. You can see I'm getting pretty good speeds, 35, 52, 40. Here we are around the 17th of March, 40, 50 down, 30 up, 47, 55. These are all speeds when I'm already probably close to 100 gigs. Here are speeds at the 20th. 25, 20, 23, 27, 30, 46, 30. These are without a boost or anything. This is straight from my hotspot. Okay, the 25th is where I got my record download of 75 megabits, 35 up. Look, I got it again. Look at the times of the day. This is the middle of the day. This is not middle of the night or anything. I was camped out. I think this is in Camp Verde, Arizona. And look at these speeds that I'm getting. You guys seen how many gigabytes I downloaded by the 28th. All right, as I said, my billing period resets on the 7th or 8th. And you can look, here it is, April 4th, 28, 54, 40, 35. I'm not getting throttled. I'm not getting throttled. I wasn't getting disconnected. There is no caps, guys. There's no caps on the data. And here's the hard evidence to prove it. Just showing you the speeds don't change depending on how much I download. You guys saw I downloaded 140 gigs of data and my speeds were great. For being 4G LTE, they're great. So you guys are going to ask me next, or you've already asked me, what jetpacks do you recommend? What hotspot devices do I recommend for this plan? I have the AC791L, and I got this because it was 115 refurbished from Amazon, where most hotspots are going to be $250, $300. They're easily $300 at the Verizon store. You can buy one of these off my Amazon page. They're up there right now for 115 bucks. They're refurb, but mine came pretty much, it was like brand new. They put a new battery in it. I haven't had any disconnect issues or anything weird with it. You know, it's not rebooting on its own or anything like that. So what do I recommend? Well, here is HOBOTECH.tv/Amazon. These are some of the products here. If you go down to the internet section, here are the hotspots I recommend. This one here is the one I have, the AC791L. If you really want to go cheap, you can get the Verizon 6620L. That's an older technology. It's not going to be as good because it doesn't, I think this one doesn't even support dual antennas. It's not MIMO, I'm pretty sure. Here are some of the other hotspots for Verizon for this plan that I recommend. They have this Novatel 7730L for $125. That's also a good hotspot. Now, if you want something spare no expense, that's the best of the best, it's going to pick up all the bands, all the frequencies, get this Verizon Wireless Jetpack 8800L. This has a 4x4 MIMO, or MIMO, however you pronounce it, which is going to give you the best. It's going to allow you to pick up pretty much everything that Verizon and all the roaming services offer. This is a $250 hotspot, but it is the best. If you want the best, I know many of you do, get this. If you click these links, they'll take you right to the Amazon products where you do all your shopping on Amazon, and I get a small percentage, so I thank you in advance if you come to my page and use these links. Now, if you want to use an external antenna to boost the gain coming in, like you're in a vehicle like mine and you want to have an antenna outside to get the best reception possible, here are 3 antennas you can use. This Netgear MIMO antenna actually clips to your laptop and allows you to have the hotspot charging on your laptop and use this antenna on your laptop. Kind of neat. It's only going to be a small gain, but it's better than the antenna in the device. I just ordered one of these ProxyCast, basically hockey puck devices. I'm going to stick it to my roof and run the dual antennas inside to this hotspot right here, because on the bottom it actually has antenna ports for an antenna. Well, I hope you learned something from this and enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you liked it. It really does help. Leave a comment below if you have any other questions about the Verizon plan or the hotspots or my HOBOTECH.tv Amazon page or anything on it. Don't forget you can find the devices I mentioned and everything else that I use at HOBOTECH.tv/Amazon. Thanks for watching, and until next time.
Odin commands you to like and subscribe, and clean my litter box.
Hey, thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe, share, and like. And we'll see you guys next time. Say hi, Odin.
RV Golf Guy Joe Lazaro hat.